Are you worried about binge eating this Christmas? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can manage yourself and others this holiday season. Well, hi, I'm Vanessa McLennan, clinical hypnotherapist, and I help people to lose weight by working on the emotional and psychological side of eating. So if you'd like to help me, please click on the subscribe button, click on the bell to be notified of my next video. When you want to lose weight, Christmas time can be really stressful because there's so much temptation put in front of us. All this really nice food, really nice drink, and it can be hard to just not go and eat it all up. But on the other hand, we might be putting pressure on ourselves to not eat any of it. And this can then create lots of stress and just make it a bit more of a miserable time when actually it should be a really happy time. So how do you cope with it all? Well, here are some tips. Don't restrict yourself. It can be really sort of tempting that when we've got all this food in front of us to then restrict ourselves because we want to lose the weight, to go, oh, I'm only going to allow myself, one thing. But it's that thought pattern that is keeping us stuck in this restriction binge cycle. You see, we restrict ourselves and then we feel deprived, so we want all of the food that we want, so then we binge out because that's just an emotional response to the restriction. And then we feel really, really bad because we've binged out. And so then we restrict ourselves again. And it's just keeping us in this cycle of, binge restrict, and we just feel worse throughout it. So eat normally throughout the day. So in other words, have your breakfast normally. All right, don't go on some starvation diet because you know you're going to have a big meal. Because when we're then really, really hungry, guess what? We want to eat a lot more. So eat normal breakfast. All right. Allow yourself a few things of the things that you really want to eat. Ironically, it's when we have that freedom, we give ourselves the freedom to go, have what you want, when you want. Guess what? We no longer crave the things that we're denying ourselves. And we find this freedom, this liberation, I think, inside of ourselves. And it's knowing that we're free actually stops us from wanting to feel we want to binge out. Mentally prepare for your binge eating urges. So you know that if you're going to have these urges come up through the day, it's really going to help to mentally prepare for them. So think about what events are going to happen that is going to want to cause you to really binge out, right? And then so write down all of these things that are worrying you. So it's like you're going through a mental rehearsal of the day or the days coming ahead. So what could cause you? What foods or what triggers are going to cause you? Okay. Then to each of those causes, ask yourself, so what? Right now, this isn't to minimise the feeling of these urges, but it's actually to help you put it in a different perspective. So for instance, if you're like, oh, I'm really worried about everybody noticing me eating and pointing it out, you can go, so what? Right. So by asking yourself, well, so what if everyone sees me? It allows you to go, well, yeah, exactly. What does it matter what other people think? Or what does it matter what other people's opinions are of me? You get to sort of notice what's important to me, what do I think and what do I feel, and so you feel stronger in your own thoughts and your own opinions, and then you're able to manage the situation better. Managing other people's thoughts and comments about us can be really tough. And a lot of the time we might be able to hide the way that we eat because we don't see our family or friends, But when they're all coming together for an event like Christmas or New Year's and suddenly everybody's commenting, that can be really tough to handle. So it's, again, mentally prepare for comebacks, what it is people are going to say and how you're going to answer them. So, you could have comments like, oh, God, you're eating a lot, aren't you? Oh, I remember you having liking your food. God, you're putting on a bit of weight, aren't you? Sometimes these are really, out of order comments, but for some reason family think it's okay to make these. So you just got to come back with something that's perhaps a bit jokey, but not too offensive, but is a bit sort of letting them know, yeah, that comment's not okay. So, yes, I am putting on weight, just like you, Uncle Pete. Or, yes, I do like my food, thank you. You seem to like your food as well. So when you make it jokey, it's not so sharp and cutting, but it shuts them up. You've also got to manage the comments about perhaps you not eating. Are you not hungry? Why are you not eating? Why are you eating that? Whew, stop. So again, come back with whoa, no, I'm all right, thank you. No, I'm not hungry. Are you hungry? No, I don't want one of those, thank you. I'm quite all right as I am. So it's really good to divert it with a question back to them. No, I'm fine. I'm not hungry. Are you hungry? Thank you very much. Okay. No, I don't want to eat. Do you want to eat one of those? Thank you. So, and sometimes by putting that thanks or thank you on the end, stops that conversation. Be okay with binge eating after feelings. So normally now, if we have allowed ourselves to be free and eaten what we want, in come the negative feelings of, guilt, shame, embarrassment, and then we start to berate ourselves, beat ourselves up a bit, go, why did I do that? Oh my God, I'm disgusting. I shouldn't have done that. And then this is what creates, again, that downward spiral of feeling worse, not feeling good about ourselves, and guess what, wanting to perhaps eat to make ourselves feel better. So just remember, this is just one day, or it's just a short period of time over the whole of your lifetime, and just notice what it's like to allow yourself to be free and focus on that and ask yourselves, what was it like to be free? What did I enjoy about eating what it was that I wanted? How do I feel now? And ask yourself the question, how can I relax a lot more around food? I'll leave that question with you.